Thanks for joining me today. So I'm going to show you in this video how to do goddess pose, which is a powerful restorative yoga posture that's going to help you be more receptive and open to the world around you and help you find some deep rest in your body. It's a powerful posture that works really well for me when I'm feeling stressed or anxious or closed off, and it's worked really well for many of my clients. So if it can help them and me, I'm thinking it will help you as well. Now, just to warn you, this pose takes a little bit of setup and requires a little bit of prop usage, but it's totally worth it, and you'll see what I mean when you do it. What you're going to need for this posture is some kind of bolster. So I'm going to use a yoga bolster, but if you don't have this at home, you can roll up some blankets and towels, and you're going to have to make this into a little bit of a slant, and I'm going to do that using yoga blocks. But what you could do is roll up some blankets, some thick blankets, and then stack other blankets underneath them, or couch cushions, or even put it up against some stairs. So what I've done is rolled blankets, put it up against a couch, and then just stuffed pillows underneath to make a ramp. So get creative with that piece. You'll be so glad that you did. It's so worth it. Trust me on this one. Another nice piece of proppage that is good to have is a blanket that's rolled into a tube. So I have this blanket. When I open it up, it's about, you know, my shoulder to my hand length. And I'm going to take that blanket and I'm going to actually flip it so that the open end is towards me and the folded end is away from me. And I'm going to start on the open end and I'm going to roll it into a tube. So I'm making this blanket tube. And I'm just going to take that and set it next to my yoga mat. Another nice thing to have is an eye pillow or something to cover your eyes with. So you can just use a washcloth, a t-shirt, whatever you have that you can just lay over your eyes, and it's going to help you relax. In this posture, because you're on a little bit of a slant, it's almost nicer sometimes to just have a shirt or a cloth, because the eye bag can slide down a little depending on the slant. So play with that, see what you have. One final thing that I find is really great if you have neck issues, or even if you don't think you have neck issues, you might. So having a little hand towel that I'm going to roll up just a little bit, and this is going to be used to fill in the space behind my neck. So there's a little natural curve in your neck, and this towel helps support that. You don't want to overdo it with too thick of a roll, so you can fine tune and adjust that when we get into the posture. So once you have all your props ready, I'm going to show you how to set it up. So first thing is you have to build your ramp. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my bolster and I'm going to put one block long ways, about halfway up the bolster, and then I'm going to put the other block just about an inch behind it, tall ways. So that's going to support my bolster on this ramp. So like I said, you can lean your rolled towels or blankets or couch cushions up against a wall or a couch and just stuff pillows or blankets underneath to make a supportive ramp for you. Or if you have something firm like this, like a bolster, but you don't have, or couch cushion works great. But you don't have blocks, you can use a step stool or other blankets. Just get creative making this ramp. And when you've got your ramp, you're going to meet me back here. And you're going to sit with your bottom right up close to the ramp. And you're going to bend your knees and bring your feet together, bringing your knees in as close to you as you can, or maybe not even as close to you as you can. Have there be 1.5 feet-ish between your bottom and your heels. Then you're going to take your tube blanket and I'm going to put it over my ankles, and tuck it underneath. So I'm making a little circle with the blanket around my lower legs. I'm kind of trying to tie my lower legs together with the blanket. I'm just going to tuck that blanket under there. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold on to the edge of the bolster with my hands and scooch right up close to it and roll my spine down. So I'm kind of unrolling my spine onto the ramp. And then I'm going to let my knees fall open, and that tube blanket is supporting my legs so that they can open relaxedly. If having your legs open like this doesn't feel good for any reason, then you can just ditch the blanket and straighten out your legs or keep them bent like this. But I think straight out or in this butterfly position is optimal. Obviously, don't force yourself into this position if it is hurting you. That's not helpful or beneficial or necessary for any reason. Then if you are going to use your neck towel, I'm just going to take this and put it behind my neck, and I can adjust the roll more or less depending on how it fits behind my neck. You want it just enough to support the natural curve of your neck. You don't want it pushing your head up or not enough that you don't feel it. It's just taking up that extra space between your neck and the bolster ramp. And then finally, you're going to find your eye pillow, and you're just going to let the pillow sag in the middle, and that middle sag part's going to go right across the bridge of your nose, and you're going to softly lay it down over your eyes. Palms come face up by your sides if that's comfortable. Some people find it more comfortable to let their hands rest on their belly, but I find it really comfortable to let my hands rest palm face up by my sides. And then you're going to stay here, letting your chest open, becoming aware of your breath. And you can just stay here, observing your breath naturally. Or if you like, you can do an exercise called the 3-part breath, and I'll talk you through that. So to do that, you're going to first inhale, fill just your chest with air. And then exhale all the air out of your chest. Inhale, fill your chest and lower ribs with air. Exhale, lower ribs, then chest. Inhale, fill your chest, lower ribs, belly. Exhale, belly, lower ribs, chest. Continue with that breathing pattern. Inhale, chest, lower ribs, belly. Exhale, belly, lower ribs, chest. Inhale, chest, lower ribs, belly all the way to the base of your pelvis. Exhale from the base of your pelvis, belly, lower ribs, chest, all the way to your collarbones. Inhale right under your collarbones, your chest, ribs, belly, pelvis. Exhale from base of pelvis all the way up to belly, lower ribs, chest, all the way up under the collarbones. Few more like that. Fill up under the collarbones, to the middle ribs, to the belly, to the base of the pelvis. Exhale from the base of the pelvis to the belly, to the lower ribs, to the chest. Continue a few more rounds like that on your own breath of the 3-part breath. And when you've completed a few rounds of breath, just come to your normal and natural breath and notice if that's changed at all. And then when you're ready to come out of the pose, obviously you can stay here as long as you would like. This is a great pose to stay in for 10 or 15 minutes and just let the magic of the posture do its work on your body. But if it's time for you to get up, you can first just with your right hand just feel how you have some height to go between you and the ground. And you can use your arms to help you bring your knees together. You're going to use your right hand to help lower you off the bolster onto your right side. And that eye pillow, you're just going to take it off or let it fall away. So I'm using my right arm to help me off the bolster, and I'm going to lie on my right side using my right upper arm as a pillow. And then with my next breath, I'm going to use my hands to help press up to a seated position. And from here, you can move on to your next restorative posture, or just go about your day enjoying the benefits of this wonderful restorative pose. If you like this video, make sure to give me a thumbs up in the likes below, and leave me a comment if you have any questions or thoughts about this, and be sure to subscribe to make sure you continue to get more content like this. Thank you so much for tuning in.